If your Google ads are generating leads, but they're not turning into sales, you have a big issue here. And the issue comes down to lead quality. This video is specifically for you. I'm going to be talking about different things you need to be looking at within your campaign and funnel in order to improve the lead quality coming from your Google Ads campaigns. So let's go ahead and take you through a very common thing that I see with clients. They set up their campaigns, they start running it, they are able to get lots of clicks, but they're not able to get quality leads. Clicks are easy, but buyer intent is not. So why is that the case? Let's talk about where bad leads actually come from. So let me go ahead and take you guys through that over here. Where do these bad leads actually come from? They come from, I would bucket them into these four categories here. So first is keyword intent mismatch. So what's happening is that you are bidding on keywords that are too broad, too higher up in the funnel, very research based. So you're getting a lot of leads that are not quite ready. They don't have that buyer intent. So look at your match types and the type of keywords that you are bidding on and see if you're matching to keywords around pricing. What is the specific thing that they're looking for? Why are they experiencing the specific issue or problem? The problem with these types of broader queries, top of funnel queries is what I like to call them, is they attract researchers, price shoppers, DIYers, and early stage browsers, and they're not looking to attract people at the bottom of the funnel that are ready to buy. So that is the first thing that I would have you diagnose. The second thing is going to be in the second column here, which is your ads, responsive search ads in general. If your ads are very generic, this is a common thing that I see. A lot of advertisers just copy what their competitors say on Google. There's no clear positioning or differentiation, or there might just be like over promising and it doesn't sound very attractive. That could also be an issue. So if you're just copying what your competitors are saying, or you're just using generic prompts in ChatGPT to help you come up with ad copy, you definitely want to rethink your approach and rework your responsive search ads, headlines, and descriptions to speak more towards your ideal customer's persona, pain points, and move it away from just generic messaging. So I see a lot of responsive search ads that say something along the lines of affordable, free consultation, fast and easy, but this all really attracts the wrong type of buyers. What is your unique positioning in the market? That is a question that I'm going to pose to you in order to improve your ad copy, in order to attract the right quality leads. You can also put things within your ad content within your ad copy to repel users that are not good fits. So if you only want to focus on a higher end market or a luxury market, then you would want to call that out in your ad copy, because that deters people that cannot afford or are not looking for a luxury type of service. The next column here is no qualifiers on landing pages. This is a big problem that I see. So what happens is someone will see the ad, they'll search, they'll see the ad, they'll go to your landing page, but there's no pricing context. You're not pre-qualifying people. You're not speaking to their pain point. Your forms are too easy to fill out, and there's no barrier to block out people that are bad quality. So usually when I start seeing these types of issues when I'm launching campaigns, is I will typically look at my landing page form and I will add more qualifying questions in order to make it more difficult and filter out people that are just not going to be good fits. I had a client at one point that had maybe like 30 fields, and I on their form. And I kind of felt like that was overkill. You don't need to be asking that many questions. But he was very, very, very particular about his ICP and his lead type that he was going after. And he pretty much said, if they're not willing to sit down and fill out this application form, I do not want them as a lead. I don't want my sales team to be kicking tires and wasting time on these types of people. So look at your funnel, look at your landing page. Are you speaking to your customer? Are you speaking to their pain point? Is it too easy for people to fill out leads? The shorter the lead form, the easier it is to fill out. But if you're getting too much junk, you definitely want to put more qualifying questions in order to make it more difficult for bad quality leads to come through so they don't waste your sales team's time. So honestly, if you're just making it super easy, you're attracting anyone to just raise their hand, there's no self-selection, and there should be, especially if you want to deter people that are not good quality. Definitely want to pre-prime them and pre-condition them so they know what they're getting into. And the last thing that I want you to look at is your conversion tracking. Usually bad leads come from, could potentially be coming from bad conversion tracking. You have conversion tracking that's tracking every single form, duplicate events, spam counted within the leads, and that actually is feedback that's fed back into Google's AI and the algorithm in order to give it a signal so that it can go out and find you more of these duplicate events, spam leads, and so forth. So you're feeding it the wrong type of input, it's going to give you a bad type of output. So Google only optimizes what you tell it to. And if you're telling it to count every single phone call, even phone calls that were not good quality, or every single form submission, even spam form submissions, no wonder you're getting bad leads. So you need to fix the conversion tracking mechanism as well, beyond all of these other things. But that's a big piece that I see when I'm auditing accounts, is conversion tracking is just not set up properly in order to feed the right signals back to Google. The next thing that I want to talk about is the quality pyramid. So let me take you through this real quick. So this is my quality pyramid of leads, or just in general what I look at. So most advertisers spend their time down here with the raw leads. They just deliver the raw number of leads and then that's it. They don't actually look at market qualified leads or qualified leads in general, because what happens is you're going to be getting a lot of raw leads that come through. Most of them are not going to make it to qualified. So the way to filter for the qualified is to tighten up your forms and have good qualification systems in place in order to filter out the junk. Because down here, this is where a lot of advertisers spend most of their time. Pretty much they just generate the raw lead and then they send that through and then they're done. But a good advertiser is going to focus right here on the qualified leads and try to optimize more towards that. When it comes to closed deals, this has to do more with your sales team. So as we look further up into the pyramid, the section starts to become smaller because you're going to filter through the raw leads for the qualified leads, and the qualified leads you're going to filter and hopefully close. You're not going to be able to close every qualified lead, but hopefully close a decent amount in actual deals and actual revenue for your business. So focus on the qualified leads, not so much the raw leads. That's going to ultimately impact your bottom line here. So let's talk about how to fix this. This is the fix framework that I put together. Let's focus on filtering before the click. What are things that you can do in order to filter before the click, making sure that you're targeting the right keyword intent, making sure that you have the right type of search terms that are appearing in your search terms report, adding strong negative keywords, having a good cadence for that, having very strong ad copy that filters out bad quality clicks, and that speaks to your ideal customer persona or ICP. The next thing is to qualify on your landing page. Qualify with the content on your landing page and also qualify with the form on your landing page. Then focusing on training Google's AI. This has to do with the conversion tracking mechanism. How are you actually feeding that data back to Google so Google knows what's a good quality lead and what's not a good quality lead? Are you using offline conversion tracking? Are you tracking phone calls over a certain duration and not every single phone call? Are you only feeding back to Google what is a good quality lead? That's going to be very critical in order to see good success within your Google Ads lead generation campaigns. Then optimize for outcomes. As I talked about on the actual pyramid, instead of focusing on raw leads, focus more on qualified leads. This is really where you're going to see the most difference when it comes to actually getting better quality and ultimately fixing this issue with Google Ads. So these are the things that I look at when I'm auditing Google Ads accounts that have this issue of getting poor quality leads. This is a very common issue that I see, and these are the different things that I audit when I'm looking at different Google Ads accounts and trying to fix this issue. So if you would like an audit on your Google Ads account and you're spending at least $3,000 a month and you are looking for potentially managed services or potentially an audit consultation, feel free to check out the link below in the description and definitely get in touch. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. I post videos every week about Google Ads, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.